What's up, everybody? I'm Killer. That's the Killer Looks channel. You already knew that. If you didn't know, welcome to the channel, y'all. Now y'all know. So I just be sitting right here, around and piling data, working out situations, debating different scenarios. I'm gonna need y'all help, cause I got a bunch of questions about some of the shit we could discuss today in rebel school. I know I don't hate to keep y'all. Just go ahead and get started. Like, grab the desk, get your pen, clock in. Rebel school. One time.
Damn, Killer. It's so good.
Summer Wells was only 5 years old when she vanished without a trace from her home on Ben Hill in Rogersville, Tennessee on June 15, 2021. The disappearance was swift, almost unnatural, as if she had been plucked from her very existence. Her father, Don Wells, was reportedly at work, conflicting accounts, and cast doubt on that alibi. Some believe he never left the area at all. The silence surrounding that day is deafening, broken only by the whispers of those who may know more than they claim to know. A scream, piercing, haunting, was heard by a neighbor, Jody Sue, around the time Summer disappeared. What did that mean? Was it the desperate cry of a child in distress, or something more sinister? Another neighbor, Fred Hill, was working on Ben Hill Road but conveniently left for a scrapyard right around the time Summer vanished. Mere coincidence, or was it something being covered up? Then there's the chilling rumor that won't die. Don Wells sold his daughter to a man known only as Playboy, a name whispered in the dark corners of fucking Knoxville. No evidence has confirmed this claim, but it lingers like an unshakable specter. And then Jody Sue dropped the name in a cryptic YouTube post. Ricky Trent. The name that Fred immediately linked to Andy and Brandon Clark, insisting they were closer to Ricky Trent than anyone was letting on. Fred even warned that DJ Smith might be forced out of hiding soon.
You want to play these games? We'll play these games. DJ Smith may come out of hiding in Knoxville and tell a little more than he wanted to tell before about Andy and Don and somebody else close to you that you're really trying to protect, Jody Sue.
DJ Smith. Months earlier, Fred had already mentioned DJ Smith as someone who allegedly visited Playboy's house, the very place where Summer was rumored to have been seen.
I feel like he was involved in something shady, and he was working for somebody above him, and and also I think him and Don were involved in working for somebody above them in some kind of ring. I think that Andy got his son involved in the bullshit. And that something went wrong that it involves with, in my opinion, now people are going to throw a fit, I don't care though, involves, I believe, their child. Somehow, like either Andy got him involved, had him drive somewhere, or got him involved in some way. Something happened.
Oh, look, it's nothing. My heart rounds and so much.
Why did your son do it, man? Why they chase your son? That's what it's always been about. Your son did it. That's why it checks remains talking about your son. The two fairies coming for his ass.
Are you threatening my son? Come on.
Of course, if I wasn't afraid of Logik, man, he's like out, man, and I have to do stuff like that.
It's crazy. Whose video is that on the left? Is that Carrie's? This is a good video. It's a good video. Whoever looks stuff. You guys are good at organizing. Like, I just don't know how you do it. But that's, yeah, I mean, that's still like, that's still pretty much my theory. I mean, that was a relatively new one. I mean, but my theory is always like changing, but it's definitely has those kind of same elements, and key players still consistently. And Fred did talk about what this information was that he submitted to law enforcement. We've already talked about it. Now, at the time, he didn't, but he's talked about it since, and it was that was with the person that was at the house that he was staying at, who claimed to actually have set sights on Summer Wells himself and no Playboy. Like, came to Fred with this information, like, basically because he said he heard that he knew, like, heard him talking about Summer Wells, and he came to Fred with this information, and he claimed he was affiliated with the Vice Lords. This was over like a, I don't know, month period that this went on, like, before he was kicked out of the house.
He left on his, he just never returned back to the house one day.
Oh, he just didn't return one day, so he took off. Okay. He took off one day and didn't return. And next day, and like, so when next time that Fred had to be...
I was trying to get him to get actual
concrete proof.
Yes. That's what I was trying to get him to get, other than just voice clips and first one thing.
Yeah. So he was trying to get, because, you know, there's so many people for some odd reason that want to go and just put out a bunch of lies purposely, and I don't know, like, you don't know people's intentions and if they're being honest or not. So, but, you know, when you're told something like that supposedly somebody claims, I mean, you have to turn that in, like, so.
The details he was going into and stuff, I mean, a lot of it was matching up with other things we knew.
Yeah. And it was just...
But supposedly, though, Summer wasn't actually supposed to wit and stage. She was just supposed to be held for collateral for a certain amount of time, from what I gathered. And then, from what I'm understanding, where the case went big, it just changed the whole ball game and all of that.
Yeah, that's what this is what this guy is telling Fred and stuff, you know, from what the way he's talking. Guy claimed he knew Playboy and all this stuff and knew about Dawn coming to visit Summer. So yeah, when Fred went there, had to go into Hawkins County for his payment, his court date, that I think that was the same day that you talked.
Well, I went up there to get some paperwork and stuff, and I just went ahead and talked to him while I was there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then that's when he gave over his phone.
Yeah.
They wanted to keep his phone overnight or something, but he had to have it for the house, so.
Because the ones that downloads the data off of it weren't there at the time, but they finally was able to get a hold of him and get it done.
Did they delete all the messages off your phone?
Some of it. Some of it they didn't.
That's weird. So they did delete some of it?
Some of it, no.
I wonder if that's standard
Mm-hmm.
that they do that, because Don Wells was talking about how his phone had stuff deleted off of it, but like he's like, I mean
certain details. Asking where to send. To get the exact location and stuff. I needed the exact location and stuff like that. Was me asking certain things was gone.
You know, some of the Vice Lords live next door to Hunter. Oh, really? No, I didn't know that.
I just wondered if the Smith that was in Oxford, he got the information for me, is even kin to Andy.
Yeah, the person that was turned into law enforcement that Fred was talking to, they were a Smith. But you know, that's like a really common name. So,
It just takes a while.
Yeah. I feel like Andy's a very, very little part in this big, big thing.
I feel like the reason his son went to the Army, they thought it was because he went to the Army, guys to get off of him.
Ricky Trent even connects to Daniel J. Smith and shared addresses. Did we just connect Ricky Trent to DJ Smith? Pieces were just scattered like a shattered mirror, reflecting fragments of a terrible truth. Ricky Trent wasn't just another name. He was a man with a criminal record so extensive it nearly defined him. Home invasions, assault, nearly 38 cases in Sullivan County alone, and his connections even more troubling. His mother, Nancy Trent, had long-standing ties to Susanna Hammond, living at the same address for over a decade. And Susanna, she was linked to Tony Hammond. Tony Hammond. A man accused of attempting to snatch a boy just 2 days after Summer disappeared.
Police charged 58-year-old Tony Hammonds with attempted especially aggravated kidnapping, as well as aggravated burglary and also simple assault.
Investigators say a 12-year-old boy was mowing a lawn on Skyland Drive when a maroon car pulled into the driveway. The boy said Hammonds got out of the car and yelled at him and tried to grab him.
News Channel 11's Bianca Murray spoke with investigators and neighbors today.
She joins us live from our Kingsport newsroom tonight. Bianca, what have you learned?
Well, Josh and Sarah, police tell me that this is an isolated incident, but if there's anything that cases like this teach us, it's to always watch our kids. Police say that Hammonds is charged so severely due to the age of the boy, who he is accused of attempting to abduct. Now, police say somebody else was in the maroon vehicle with Hammonds when he pulled onto Skyland Drive. But they say that that person is not considered a suspect, as evidence indicates that that person did not know Hammond's intentions. Police tell me that this appears to be an isolated incident, and for the Kingsport community to see a situation like this where a complete stranger attempts to abduct a child is almost unheard of and very rarely happens in Kingsport.
It doesn't stop though. Tony Hammond was reportedly seen on Ben Hill Road the day before. And the day of Summer's disappearance, the connection spiraled deeper. Billy Bishop was close to Tony Hammond. Wild, reckless. Was he the Wild Bill? Rumor that had partied at the Wells property? His associates and his associations with the only add more layers to already tangled web. It doesn't stop though. Marvin was reportedly seen on Ben Hill Road the day before. And the day of Summer's disappearance, not alone but with another man, Cotton, Simpson. And Fred, to believe Cotton rode with Marvin.
Was anyone with Cotton when he went there? Well, he was at somebody's house. When you last seen him? Well, didn't he come with somebody to purchase the boat? The first time Marvin brought him. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
M-A-R-V-I-N, Marvin. And came the story, passed down like a cursed legend. Professed answer. Cotton Simpson later perished in a fight. A fight many believe was anything accidental. He shut the fuck up. Silence before he could say too much. And what are the rumors that he was the granddaughter of a child down Wells, allegedly trying to lure into his truck this month after Summer went missing. Don, of course, had his own story. He was simply trying to save the child.
Prayer Garden was streaming yesterday when she spoke about something that really caught my attention. She said one day when she was chatting to Don on the phone, he mentioned seeing a little girl standing alone in the road. He asked her where her parents were, and she said something about her grandpa, but Prayer Garden couldn't really hear what the little girl was saying. Anyway, Don took the little girl to her house, and when he got there, the grandfather was sleeping. Don woke up the grandfather and told him the little girl was found on the road. All while on the phone with Prayer Garden. The grandfather was upset and Don had some words with him, told Prayer Garden he would call her back. He did when he got back to the truck.
This is easy pickings. In other words, yeah, you can come here from out of some big city or whatever, high crime rate, but you can come out here and pick up kids. I seen a little girl the other day, about 2 months ago. She's about 5 years old, just standing on the street. I drove by her. I was just shaking my head like, what the freak, you know? And it was just driving me crazy. So when I come back out on the dead end, she's still standing there. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I pull in the driveway. I asked that little girl, I said, where is your parents? She says, Papa's in the house, blah, 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 or whatever. So I go and I knock on the door, and he's like, what the fuck? I don't know what he's saying. I knock on the door again, and I just hear some mumbling. So I just opened the door, and I said, you know, this little girl's out here on the freaking road, standing out here, 5-year-old little girl. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't understand what he's saying. I'm like, man, whatever. And I slammed the door, and I went and got in my truck. And I waved at the little girl. I said, see you later, you know. And I got in my truck, and I left. So the next thing I freaking hear is this fucking little girl's mother fucking gets on fucking YouTube or Facebook or whatever, says I tried to coerce that little girl into my truck. That's the thanks I get for trying to make sure that little girl was safe. The fucking little girl's fucking bitch mother fucking spread the word that I was trying to coerce that little girl into my truck or some bullshit.
And see what a coincidence is. Where Cotton lives right here, where Cotton's vehicle was found right there, where his body was found right here. Right here's, right under there's where, on this next road, the house sits right under this bank that Don tried to pick up that little girl. See what I'm trying to say? It's all right here in one little circle. See, when we go right here, just stop right here, this little road will turn left, and I'll show you right where Don tried to pick up that little girl, and we'll be in that curve straight above that house. And they're all Simpsons.
Okay.
See, this is where Pete and him lived when Summer went missing as well.
Where?
Up this road. Pete Clark and him lived up this road. Pete and Brandon and all those.
Yeah, we need to look at your phone. Seeing if Jamie will get a hold of you too.
They lived on Blackberry Lane off of this. When Summer went missing, not on my home.
So.
See, everything connected right here. Everything's with Pete or Cotton and all them. Pete and Cotton would run around with Betty Joe with us together, you see. But see, right here's where Don tried to pick up that little girl at Boston. See, in this driveway right here. Right there. And see, we was just right up on top of the hill right there. And see, Cotton was found down this hall right here.
Oh, the Summer Wells case? It was.
And they more likely found her.
Fred Hill was arrested for running a meth house, but he's on this jailhouse call talking about Summer Wells and where her body can be found.
The other person that you.
No, it was Cotton Simpson.
And he implicates this guy named Cotton Simpson, who's dead.
It's something I just found out myself that I was questioned about, and I'm trying to go to a cave. There's a hidden department in behind it. Where they're trying to say her body is. They know I ain't got nothing to do with it either. As far as the case, I mean, I'm 100% clear.
Cotton Simpson was said to be on Ben Hill the day Summer went missing. A couple of weeks ago, Killer released a video called Summer Wells Connection Pumpkin, using a criminal intelligence link analysis, which I personally love doing. To which Ziggy, content creator, who married Fred Hill, played Killer's video and did some commentary on it. In this video, Killer spoke about how Wild Bill had stabbed his neighbor to death. While connecting Wild Bill visually to Brandon Clark, it is easy to see why people may have thought Killer was saying Wild Bill stabbed Brandon Clark to death. That's not true. Wild Bill stabbed his neighbor to death, an unknown individual. But because of Brandon mentioning Wild Bill, I connected the two visually in the link analysis.
I see why you said that, because he said he stabbed his neighbor to death, and then he put Brandon right here. I see what. Okay. So he wasn't saying Brandon. Okay. I wonder who his neighbor is, though.
When Fred saw the video, he texted his ex Laura, who is now allegedly with David Bays, Brandon's father-in-law, and asked if she had heard about Brandon. And Fred came back and said, sorry. Wrong guy, y'all.
Like, the other night he texted me and asked me if I heard about Brandon Dykes getting killed. Not Brandon Dykes, it's Brandon Clark. Before I seen the message, he later on texted me back and said, sorry, it was wrong one. It wasn't who I thought it was. And he's like, sorry, didn't mean to scare you, but...
Right. And who is Brandon?
He is, it's Pete Clark's son. Nothing important.
Does he come up on Ben Hill Road?
Actually, that's one that was bumped into the TBI crosshairs with P. Clark over this case.
Just like Cotton, Pete's no longer living. And it said he was unalived in January of this year, but actually Brandon spoke about Pete often in his search with J.R.R.
Me and my dad tried to find from Fred to over here and David's from over here, there to here, and I never found it. Me and my dad, we try to go from David's and Fred's, and we come out on this road, I think. This is just a private lane. I know this lane. I walked down this lane with my dad. We went from David's trying to go to my Uncle Trey's.
Yeah.
When we come out, see, this is my dad and my Uncle Liz. Look, at game time, you just tell him who you are and that you talked to Brandon and that you want, he said, just check in and you pretty sure that, hey, no questions asked. If it's over the little girl, you guys can, anybody can look, anybody can, you know what I mean? Dude, I've looked. Even like them old houses, me and my dad get mad fun.
What is that?
The church, bro.
Oh, people come here for church?
Yes, yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah, this is the church in the woods.
All the porta potties hidden in the woods from Uncle Archie said to be used as deer blinds. Lots of deer blinds all over, but ain't nobody hunting no deer over there, man. Couldn't know what all them deer blinds is for. Lookouts, binoculars, bulletproof vest, walkie-talkie. Yeah, we know.
Over here is Ben Hill Road. If you keep coming back to here, there's the old logging roads back through here, bro.
Oh, there's there?
Yeah, like right here, there's a porta potty. Where's it at? They look in it, blah, blah, blah. Ow, God bless it. Look, if I was going to do something, where is that porta potty at? Right there.
Oh, porta potty.
That's a structure right there. You know what I mean? That's so I'm saying, just no matter what, be careful. Watch your feet for snakes, dog.
Yeah.
I just shot one a few days ago. This is a porta potty. I hunted in it last year.
Why is that porta potty here?
Dude, her brother worked for a place, and there's 3 of them on this property. They gave them to him, and he took them.
Who's he?
Archie.
Archie.
Yeah. This is like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
what were they building back here? Or they just put porta potties back here?
no, he got to take them home for free.
Oh.
So he used them as hunting blinds, and like over at our pond over there, there's one over there, and that's for you know, people, they camp and da da da.
Maybe there was a highly skilled nuclear worker in the woods named Pete. Uncle Cooker. Andy. What you see, bro? You seen what you told your daughter? You seen it, didn't you? It made you watch. Jody been knowing what's going on in them woods. She tried telling you about them meetings. Everybody thought you was crazy, didn't they, Jody? I liked you. Tried to tell him. Like the sacred circle Brandon and J.R.R. walked up on, or walking the path Pete and Brandon used to take to get from Ben Hill to Light Hollow. You saw what they were into in the woods, didn't you, Jody?
As long as you can keep up in the fucking woods, stay quiet, and like, not be a baby. So, if anybody wants to join me, can wash off real quick. You know, no perfumes, no lights. As long as you can keep up in the woods in the fucking dark, you're more than welcome to come.
Brandon said Pete ran them woods, in them hollers. They walked them lanes plenty of time. Pete also lived on the backside of the hollow on Bays Mountain. Cotton lived on the front side of the hollow. The Wildens lived in the middle. You remember the Wildens? They married in the Cotton side. And also were the ones busted with Ricky Jr. recently, which is interesting. Because Ronnie Lawson said they would be moving in some Wells case last year. And all of a sudden, all at the same time, Brad Hill gets busted, Ricky Hill and his lady, Wilding. How well one of them Wildings held that with Dudley Uncle held them people hostage. Over some, you ain't pay me my money, some 3 days with some drugs.
They follow, you guys get in a vehicle and you follow him?
Yeah, to the top of Mountain View.
To the top of Mountain View.
That's where I turned around, was at the top of Mountain
And you guys
View.
were in the same vehicle, you and Marvin?
Yeah.
So you guys follow him to see, because you thought
Because he kept acting worried about getting robbed. For some reason. That's what we was more concerned about at the time, because he kept letting on like with all that money on him and stuff, he was worried about getting robbed. He was wanting to get back home.
So did he know you guys were following him?
No.
Just being nosy?
Yeah.
And then you followed him to that.
We went to top of the mountain there at Mountain View and turned from Mountain View on. I'm trying to think what that big mountain or mountain trail or something that he pulled onto and back into the church.
Cotton Simpson.
And that's where his vehicle was found the next day and stuff.
He was a questionable character. Cotton Simpson was not a decent guy. No, he was a pervert, and he was a pervert, and he was bragging about sleeping with mother and daughter over at 110. But was that Grandis and Candace, or was it Candace and Summer? Cotton was a known alcoholic.
He was known as a meth cook. He was one of the biggest cooks in that area.
So he was known for cooking meth, and he's the one that set the mountain on fire. And they tried to play victim, like he was the one that caused it. He was cooking meth, that's what started it, but it got on the news like he was a victim. And
a lot of people wouldn't take Cotton serious, the law enforcement stuff, because they thought, he had a lot of brain trauma and stuff.
Fred's friend, Chad Arnold, was present on Ben Hill Road the day someone went missing and saw Candace walking off Fred Hill's driveway. Suspicious. Absolutely. And Andy Paul. Absolutely. Andy Paul Morgan. A man Fred allegedly ran off after he was caught supplying drugs to a minor at Chad Arnold's house. Andy Paul had ties to Candace Blige because he stayed on that property in a camper.
It was at Chad's house.
when was that? How long ago? See, Fred was under the impression it was an Andy Paul. Was there an Andy Paul there?
Yeah, Andy Paul was there.
Okay.
That's who I'm talking about, give her the stuff.
And is this Andy Paul the one that was renting the place off Dawn? That camper? Yeah. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Did he take off after that incident?
Fred run him off, told him if he didn't leave, then he was something bad's gonna happen.
Perhaps even the Clyde Trent, a name that keeps circling the case like a vulture. Caw. She has many associated with the last name Morgan. Clyde Trent wasn't just another player. She was the best friend of Don Wells' mother, Karen Gold. The likelihood that she was related to Ricky Trent? Highly. The likelihood that she knew more than she was saying? Even higher. It's a network of intertwining lies, overlapping criminal histories and whispered accusations. Some of these people have been brushed against by the law, yet still the truth remains out of reach. Were any of them involved? Or a lot of them involved? Were they complicit? were they merely standing too close to the flames? This case remains crowded in shadow and puzzled with missing pieces that may never be found. Names continue to surface. I don't know what to say. The connections deepen. Yet the mystery of what happened this summer remains locked behind a wall of silence, a wall of deception, a wall of fear. You know, trying to get up on all that. Wow. Silence has a way of breaking, and when it does, the revelations will be impossible to ignore. We're here at Rella School. We're all strong and working together. I need y'all help. Y'all work with me, pound a pound of data, and leave what you got down below. I love y'all. Sitting up in them bushes, I'm always working, always working, always working. Clocking, I love you.
Scooby fucking Doo. If not for those pesky meddling kids.
Back to what I do. Catfish, Billy, baby, hello, how are you? Yo, Power 9, rappers like a power line, fell into a swimming pool. I think I got the whole crew. Ooh, let me know what y'all wanna do. I bought a 30-pack of Creek water, baby boo. Not a 99, not a 99.99, not mine, I got 100 proof.
They're gonna be sorry they were ever born. Who? All of them.
Need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but I like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence to let them in, chalk up their body, another one body, that's just how it go. I got some secrets, I'm shaking the game so they stay on their toes. Stay in your lane, how to stay on the go. I came to play with the pros and act like a rookie, so they overlook me. Then I double up again, none of their knows, none of them cold. They just got lucky but never adapted, so I'm to the one if it's coming to blows. My enemies cutting it close, I let them think that they got me, but what do you know? I had them beat before we ever spoke, I'm ready for smoke. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but I like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now they ain't go harder than me, they need a blade in a sheath, a shank in a piece, a crate full of heat, an army, a fleet, a tank and a jeep, a navy at sea, with ace a marine, an ace up their sleeve, a team of marines, a freak on a leash, a beast with an appetite, razor for teeth, and still they would lay at my feet. Boy, you got the wrong one. There's a formula to it, a very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
Break down my walls, but I will rise again. 'Cause I stand tall in my environment. How could I ever close my eyes and stay silent since they try to take me down with their violence?